Welcome to Modern Factory Files. Delivery trucks line up at raw material bays, signaling the start of how millions of Cadbury milk bars are made inside a factory.
It all begins here at the raw material bays. Every day, dozens of milk tankers arrive.
The journey begins as massive shipments of cocoa beans are delivered to the factory's intake docks.
First, the beans are rigorously cleaned. These vibrating screens shake loose any remaining debris or unwanted shells.
The journey begins as millions of beans are fed into the vibrating screens, separating the cocoa from the debris.
The chocolate flows through these powerful magnets, which extract any remaining metal fragments.
To ensure purity, these magnetic separators pull even the finest metal particles from the stream of melted Cadbury milk chocolate.
The cocoa beans enter these massive industrial roasting drums, a crucial step for developing that signature flavor.
Inside the factory, massive cracking machines process the beans, transforming them into the nibs that form the heart of every Cadbury bar.
The cracking machines use high-speed rollers to shatter the beans, separating the shells from the inner cocoa nibs.
The air winnowing systems are essential, removing the shells from the nibs before they can be used in the dairy milk bars.
Here, heavy grinders transform the nibs into a thick, dark substance known as cocoa liquor. This is the true heart of the chocolate flavor.
This is the heart of the factory, where millions of bars begin their journey as rich, flowing cocoa liquor. To create millions of these Cadbury dairy milk bars, the factory requires a constant, massive supply of sugar.
The first key ingredient, sugar, is delivered into these measured silos, essential for making millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars.
The milk powder is pneumatically transferred into these massive mixing tanks, the vital first step in creating our famous dairy milk chocolate.
Here, automatic weighing systems precisely measure the ratios of milk powder and cocoa mass, ensuring every bar is perfect.
In these massive industrial mixers, the rich cocoa liquor is combined with fine sugar and creamy milk powder.
Inside these massive mixers, Cocoa liquor, sugar, and milk powder are combined to create the foundational chocolate crumb.
Roll refiners reduce particle size for smooth texture in how millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made inside a factory. Roll refiners reduce particle size for smooth texture in how millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made inside a factory.
Here, the chocolate flakes enter the conching machines, beginning the process that transforms them into a smooth, velvety liquid.
To create the perfect dairy milk bar, the chocolate undergoes hours of intense kneading in these specialized conche machines.
Inside the factory, large conches knead the molten chocolate for hours on end, transforming it into that signature smooth texture.
Controlled heat removes acidity during how millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made inside a factory.
Controlled heat removes the acidity during the process of how millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made inside the factory.
Cocoa butter is added to improve flow in how millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made inside a factory.
The addition of cocoa butter is crucial for the flow, ensuring the smooth, velvety texture of millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars.
Inside the factory, massive conches continuously churn the rich, liquid chocolate, a vital step in creating the perfect bar.
The viscosity is holding steady right within the target range.
Perfect. Let's lock in those settings for the next batch.
To create the perfect Cadbury bar, the chocolate must be carefully tempered, first cooled and then rapidly reheated by these precise machines.
Inside the factory, the tempering machines precisely cool and reheat the chocolate, preparing it for the iconic dairy milk molds.
This is the tempering stage, where the crystal structure stabilizes, ensuring that perfect glossy shine.
Here you can see the perfectly tempered milk chocolate flowing into the molds.
The iconic taste of dairy milk starts right here, as the rich, smooth chocolate flows precisely into the bar molds.
To remove any trapped air, the molds are vigorously vibrated. This ensures the iconic smooth texture of the dairy milk bars.
Inside the refrigerated tunnels, the liquid chocolate is rapidly solidified before moving on to the high-speed wrapping stage.
Once cooled, the automated arms gently demold the bars, transferring them directly to the packaging line at incredible speed.
Here we see the crucial alignment stage, where millions of Cadbury bars are precisely positioned for quality inspection.
Rejected bars are automatically diverted in how millions of Cadbury Dairy Milk bars are made inside a factory.
Rejected bars are automatically diverted in how millions of Cadbury Dairy Milk bars are made inside a factory.
Scene 40. Approved bars proceed to wrapping lines in how millions of Cadbury Dairy Milk bars are made inside a factory.
Foil wrapping machines seal freshness in how millions of Cadbury Dairy Milk bars are made inside a factory.
Foil wrapping machines seal freshness in how millions of Cadbury Dairy Milk bars are made inside a factory.
The printed outer sleeves are then rapidly applied as the chocolate bars continue down the high-speed production line. The factory relies on these sophisticated multi-axis robots to group millions of bars every hour, a seamless ballet of automation.
Here we see the cartoning machines, assembling the iconic purple retail boxes at incredible speed.
The cartoning machines operate at incredible speed, folding and sealing millions of the iconic purple boxes every day.
As millions of Cadbury Dairy Milk bars are produced, they must first pass through these high-speed metal detectors for quality control.
To ensure quality, these high-speed check weighers validate the weight of every single dairy milk bar before it leaves the factory.
Once fully stacked, the pallets move to the automated stretch wrapping machine, ensuring the iconic purple boxes are secure for transport.
Once stacked, the machines rapidly secure the pallets in a protective film, ensuring the chocolate is ready for distribution.
The logistics software is the brain of the operation, scheduling the delivery of millions of Cadbury Dairy Milk bars. Inside the factory, temperature sensors constantly monitor the storage conditions, ensuring every one of the millions of
spike here seems unusual, but the overall consistency is holding steady.
Yes, the latest batch meets all quality standards. We can approve the run. If we adjust the temperature here, we increase the output without compromising the snap.
Excellent. The real-time data shows we are exceeding the target efficiency. The results for batch 42 are within tolerance. Excellent. I'll log that now.
Final approval is issued for distribution in how millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made inside a factory.
With millions of bars produced daily, efficiency is key. These pallets are quickly moved from the production line straight to the waiting trucks. After production, millions of these bars are carefully stacked. The team secures each pallet tightly before they are shipped out.
The final stage of how millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made inside a factory.
And so the fleet departs, completing the journey of how millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made inside this.
From the factory floor, millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are shipped directly to this distribution center, the heart of their supply chain.
With millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars now produced, the journey from the factory to the supermarkets begins.
The logistics chain completes as the freshly made Cadbury bars leave the factory for store deliveries nationwide.
Completing the logistics chain, these deliveries ensure the chocolate reaches the shelves fresh and ready for customers across the country. The logistics chain completes as the freshly made Cadbury bars leave the factory for store deliveries nationwide.
How millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made inside a factory.
Look at this. They're making the actual bars right here. Oh. And they're still warm. This is incredible.
Yeah. Wow, look at how fast they make these.
Oh. And they smell incredible. I've never seen anything like this.
The automated system ensures that millions of these chocolate bars are perfectly wrapped and stacked every single day.
Inside the factory, millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are produced. The different product variants are
Inside this facility, the scale of production is staggering. Millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made daily to meet global demand.
Global demand graphics represent the scale of how millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made inside this factory. How millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made inside a factory. Scene 78. Night shift operations continue. How millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made inside a factory. This is how millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made. The journey begins with the precise deposition